Hi guys! In today's video, we're going to be talking about writing an email. This is something that we do almost every day. We write emails, we receive emails. So let's talk about how to do it correctly and effectively. My name is Anastasia, this is English with LinguaTrip, and let's get started.
Everything's in English.
All you need to know.
All right. How did you learn to speak English?
Every email starts with a subject line. It doesn't matter whether you are writing to somebody who you don't know personally or you're writing to a colleague. Please always fill in the subject line field. Remember that very often when people get a lot of emails in their inbox, they prioritize and open the emails whose subject lines sound more important. Don't forget to think about that. Let's have a look at some examples of good subject lines. For example, if you're writing to somebody with the purpose of networking or somebody who you met at a networking event, you can write something like this. Met you at, and then the name of the event, let's connect. It's nice and short, and the person who receives the email will know immediately who you are.
You know, let's connect. Let's have a connection.
Or if you haven't met that person in real life, maybe your colleague referred you to them, you can write in the subject line the name of your colleague. John, for example, recommended I get in touch. Or if you want to be a little bit more emotional or add a bit of spice to the line, you can say something like, choose a topic, for example, surfing. Surfing is a passion of mine too.
Mine too.
Mine too.
If your email contains something related to marketing or sales, you can write something like this. The number, don't make it big, 3 or 5. 5 ideas to help you with, and then the problem. Or simply, how to, and then the action or something you can help your potential clients with. Or you can say something like, only 3 spots are left in my social media marketing workshop, and you can change the subject of the workshop. Or you can write something intriguing. For example, 3 out of 4 people are deficient in this mineral. Are you? So this kind of lines can make the person who receives the email open that email sooner. Make sure that your subject line is short, that it doesn't promise anything that's not in the email. Try to avoid all those useless filling words. Well, like, don't use caps lock or too many unnecessary punctuation marks, like a lot of exclamation points, for example. Okay, now let's move to the body of the email. We start with the first line. It's how we address the person. The most popular version would be to start with, for example, dear and then the name, especially if you haven't met that person in real life. So dear and the name, dear Sam, dear John would be a good start. I would say that you also need to have a look at what's appropriate in the email culture that you are working in. For example, British email culture tends to be slightly more formal than, for example, the American one. So be careful, keep an eye open for certain signals in your colleagues' emails, maybe have a look what's generally appropriate and then try to adjust to your environment. But dear is a good start. The same with hello. Hello is slightly more formal than hi, so you can also start with hello. It's better to avoid saying Mr. and Mrs. because, well, it's not always clear who the person is, or it's not clear what their marital status is. So be careful with that. Have a look. If that person comes back to you and writes an email back to you, have a look at how they are addressing you. If they're writing hi, then it means that you can start writing hi to them as well after that. If you're writing to a group of people, you can say hi everyone or hi team, or you can specify, for example, hi marketing team. If you're writing to somebody who you've never met in real life, introduce yourself and just write a few words about the purpose of your email. My name is Sharon Schweitzer, the founder of Access to Culture. I was referred to you by... Avoid old-fashioned and not really appropriate anymore phrases like to whom it may concern. This phrase in particular has a very specific purpose and it's almost never used in emails. Be careful with spelling. Don't misspell the name of the person you're writing to. And if you use email templates, don't forget to double check and not leave those little gaps. Let's say, for example, enter name here. Try to make sure that you entered all the information that's necessary. Guys, and if you'd like to boost your business English vocabulary, if you want to find out how to write a CV or a resume or a cover letter, how to communicate with your colleagues or how to write business emails, then I highly recommend that you sign up for our marathon Business English 2022. As your homework, you'll create a CV, you'll be writing cover letters, and you'll be checking them with the help of your teachers. This is for the Master and Pro options. You can find out more by clicking the link in the description box, and you'll also find a promo code for a discount there. So go check it out. So we said hello, we introduced ourselves. Then we need to write this little line that would set a nice and friendly tone. For example, I hope your week is going well. Or I hope you had a nice weekend. Or just simple and short, I hope you're well. Or you can write something like, I'm reaching out about, and then write the purpose of your email. A good way to set a friendly tone is to say thank you. So if you've met that person in real life, you can say thank you for your time or thank you for the chat. If you've met maybe at an event or for the phone call, if you only met virtually or over the phone. So say thank you for something.
Thank you for your time.
For example, it was great to meet you at the conference last week. I enjoyed our brief conversation about software development. What's not a good idea to write? Can you do me a favor? Usually, especially if you don't know the person very well, that's a bit too straightforward. You can still ask for something, but do it in a different way. Don't write it directly, can you do me a favor? Or something like, I know you're busy, but if you know that somebody's busy and you're still doing something or asking them or taking their time, well, yes, everyone's busy. So it's your goal to write about things politely and to ask nicely. Or try avoiding things like, let me introduce myself. Well, you don't really say that in real life very often, even when you speak. So just write nice and short, I am such and such, I'm writing about this, or my name is, and I'm writing about this. So after the greetings, after those intro lines, after stating the purpose of your email, you can move on to the actual body of the email. It can be just a couple of sentences, but that's your message, your general message. That's exactly what you're trying to achieve with the email. For example, hello, John. It was great to meet you at the conference last week. You can enter the name of the conference as well. I enjoyed our brief conversation about software development. As a front-end developer, I'm interested to learn more about your approach. I'd like to schedule a meeting for next week to discuss your team's software development projects. I appreciate you taking your time and look forward to our chat. Thanks, and then your name. So here, after those intro lines, you just write exactly what you're after. I would like to discuss your team's software development projects, and I would like to schedule a meeting for next week. What can we write at the end? So we can write thanks, we can write thank you again, or see you at the board meeting on Tuesday, or please let me know if I can be of any further assistance. Or you can say no reply is necessary. Most often it's understood from the email itself whether it requires a response or not, but if you'd like to specify, you can also do that. And to sign your email, you can use the following phrases. Best regards or kind regards, best wishes, sometimes they're most popular. If you just write regards, that can come across a little bit unfriendly or a little bit too formal, so you probably want to avoid that one. But if you write, for example, kindest regards, that might be just a little bit inappropriate because it's a bit too friendly or a little bit too personal, I'd say. There are phrases that are often taught in English classes, but they're not used by native speakers. Something like yours sincerely or yours faithfully. In modern email culture, they are not used. So yeah, you can finish your email like that. Best regards, Anastasia. I hope you found this video very useful. Let us know in the comments below how you write your emails or what's your tips and tricks on how to write an effective email. Don't forget to watch our other videos, and I'll see you next time.